The tagline of this film, according to Letterboxd, is "Need a hug? I want a hug." Hey guys, this is Frozen Wish Studios here, and welcome back to another movie review. And today, I'm going to be doing a review on one of my most anticipated movies of the year, Alien Romulus. So, Alien Romulus is the seventh installment in the Alien franchise and the latest one overall. And it came out just this year. And it is directed by Fede Alvarez, the same director as Don't Breathe, Evil Dead 2013 reboot, and The Girl in the Spider's Web. Which, yeah, I guess Fede Alvarez, please don't do any other genre besides horror. And it stars Kaylee Spaney, David Johnson, Archie Rennox, Isabella Merced, Spike Fearon, Eileen Wu, etc. And so the film tells the story taking place in the timeline, yeah, you won't believe it, in between Alien or Aliens, specifically leading closer into the aftermath of Alien, where a group of scavengers led by Tyler, played by Archie, and yeah, including Rain and Andy, who are both pretty much step siblings, I think, or I don't know how to describe them, but I'll just say one of them is a real human. The other was created, and it like, and yeah, they're both like pretty much the latest members to join the scavengers. And there's like apparently five of them, and they go on this quest to pretty much go on this quest to go to the same space station where Ripley defeated the xenomorph from the original Alien, and they are there to steal stuff from it inside that ship. But little did they know that it is actually infested with xenomorphs and face huggers, and not only that, them, but just pretty much a swarm of them. Finding out that the xenomorph was actually from the last film was actually still alive, and there are more of them. And so the crew must find a way to survive. Yeah, that's all I can say about it. There's more to the story, but I don't want to get into spoilers. So yeah. Now, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the track record of the franchise. Specifically with like how this franchise was very inconsistent. The first two Alien movies are some of the most influential sci-fi movies ever made, and especially with their genre switch ups. The first film is a landmark in the horror genre with all the brilliant suspense, unreliance of jump scares, and even though it's not scary because of the time period, I'm sure if it was released by now, it could have been scary, as implied by Longlegs recently. Longlegs is a film that isn't scary by its jump scares, but rather by its atmosphere. Yet it still feels very scary, and there are moments where you can get jump scared by it because of how advanced technology is. So yeah, I think it. And that's actually the reason why these alien films just keep getting scarier. And kind of a spoiler alert to like one of the things I'm about to say about Alien Romulus, but whatever. And there's actually two types of beings in this universe: those who prefer Alien or those who prefer Aliens. I'm certainly on Team Aliens here, as Aliens is the peak of the franchise. Aliens is such a masterpiece, especially when it's directed by the king of one of the king of movie directors, James Cameron. Sure, yes, it's there are some James Cameron films I prefer. I don't think it's like right up there, but it just goes to show how good of a director James Cameron is. I mean, the Avatar duology, with Way of Water being the best James Cameron film, Titanic, and Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I'd rank all of this above Alien, but Alien, yes, certainly somewhere there, for sure. Probably above the first Terminator movie. Aliens is like pretty much the the Terminator 2 of Aliens, of Alien. Now the only difference between the Aliens and Terminator, now Alien and Terminator have one thing in common, that is that they have, two great, the first two films being great, and then the rest of the franchise falling flat on its face. But the only difference is that while Alien does have, films that at least try to, that are at least pretty good, specifically with Prometheus and Covenant, Terminator has none. Terminator has one film that I think is okay, but then the rest of it are shit. But yeah, and yes, Alien 3 and Resurrection suck. What else do I have to say? Prometheus and Covenant, I actually really like them, and I think both of them are vastly underrated. They don't deserve the hate it gets, especially Covenant, despite it being one of the weaker films in the trilogy. And so when it was announced that it was going, that an Alien quote unquote reboot was going to be made, I'm sure this film faced with some skepticism, and even I wasn't like so intrigued. Now, when I first heard of this film, that an Alien reboot is happening, I already saw the director is Fede Alvarez, and two of the stars in the film are Kaylee Spaney and Isabella Merced. Well, despite me being concerned about this being another Alien film, considering this franchise's track record, I've always been very curious about this one because of Fede Alvarez and the two actresses I mentioned. Now I want to talk briefly about their backgrounds. Now Fede Alvarez. Now his previous film, The Girl in the Spider's Web, I did not like the film at all. I thought it was absolutely terrible. But I think Fede Alvarez is just not capable of doing a film from any other genre that isn't horror. Because The Girl with the Spider's Web is basically an action film, and you can tell that it's not Fede's type of film. So yeah, Fede should stick to horror, because the two horror films we made I absolutely love. Evil Dead 2013 is my favorite in the Evil Dead franchise. Yes, even over Evil Dead 2. I don't care what anyone else says. I'm not sure if it's like a masterpiece or if it's stuff, because Evil Dead is not one of my favorite horror franchises. But yeah, I love the Evil Dead reboot. Can't believe Fede did something better than Sam Raimi. Like how wow. And then he did Don't Breathe. While The Witch would be my favorite movie of 2016, horror movie 2016, yes, I'm talking about Robert Eggers' The Witch with Anya Taylor-Joy making her debut. Although it did come out in 2015 in some areas, Don't Breathe would actually be my favorite mainstream horror film of 2016. Yeah, the mainstream ones. And yeah, so yeah, and with the two actresses, Kaylee Spaney and Isabella Merced, I pretty much like them in everything that they are in. Yeah, I actually think that Isabella Merced is a slightly better actress than Kaylee Spaney. Because but both of them, they did star in dog shit films. Well, Kaylee Spaney does have better projects, but I just like Isabella Merced's acting more. Kaylee Spaney's film included Pacific Rim Uprising, a film I fucking hate. But I actually recently raised up my rating from 0 stars to 1 star, mainly because Kaylee Spaney is actually the redeeming quality in that film. And then she also starred in amazing films like Bad Times at the El Royale. What else? Also, the upcoming Nights of 3, which is very impressive. She's actually my most anticipated character in that film. Oh yeah, Priscilla, Civil War, and etc. And then you got Isabel Merced. She did star in Transformers: The Last Night, a film that is shit, but she's actually the best part of the film. And also I like her a lot as the Dora in the Lost City of Gold. Even if that movie was painfully overrated, I don't know why people gave that movie a positive review. And then she started Sicario 2, Day of the Soldado. Need to rethink about that one. But and Isabella Merced recently started Madam Web, one of the most disappointing movies of 2023. 2024. Arguably my most disappointing movie in 2024, honestly. Either that or Horizon American Saga. But Isabella Merced, I like Isabella Merced a lot in that film. And she's even getting some amazing upcoming roles, like Hawk Girl in Superman, and especially Dinah from Last of Us. I call it that Dinah from Last of Us Season 2 is going to be her best role ever. So with those three people in here, it really did spark my interest. And the trailer dropped, like specifically the two official trailers. The teaser trailer didn't really do a lot besides just get me excited for like the scares. But the official trailers, yeah, I won't talk much about them. I already did my full trailer reviews of them, and I think it's about time I should get into my full thoughts on the film. And yeah, so yeah, Alien Romulus is thankfully met with extremely positive reviews, as this is the most positively received Alien film since Alien Aliens. Heck, it's actually even more positively received than Deadpool Wolverine, believe it or not. Like, that is so impressive right there. Having seen the film for myself, I gotta say, this movie was fucking awesome. Alien Romulus absolutely lived up to all the hype that you've been hearing about. This was my most anticipated movie of the month, and I freaking knew it was going to be my favorite movie of August. It truly is the movie event of the month. And I would agree with everyone else that this is the best Alien movie since Aliens. In fact, I'm gonna go as far as saying I actually prefer this movie over Alien 1979. Yes, the original film written by Ridley Scott. Yeah. Yes, the original film is a classic and a masterpiece, but I actually prefer this film. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this is the best of the Alien films. I still think Aliens is the best Alien movie. No doubt about that. But Alien. But yeah, I actually like this more than Alien. I am honestly not joking about that. Yeah, and what else is there? Yeah. And yeah, I'm going that far. Yeah, so this would be my second favorite Alien film, second only behind Aliens. After four failed attempts at doing so, but like I said, I still enjoy Prometheus and Covenant. Romulus finally captures what we loved about the first two Alien films, and this is actually on the same level as both films, with both the action, the horror, and the quality of it all. Quality of it all. Now, I know people do have criticism with the film. Some even say that it actually wasn't that good, and I can see where people are coming from if they say it's not that good. Like some people complain about the fact that this film is bogged down by a cast of Gen Z teen stars who are basically just a bunch of teenagers and nothing else. And also people complain that this film is basically just is basically just all references and nods to the first two Alien films. And yes, the pacing does get a while to get going with the first 30 minutes, but it's just trying to recapture the slow burn pace of the original Aliens. And this is actually one of the better paced Alien films because nothing about this one was boring. You can still enjoy a movie with slow paced. Heck, long legs. Yeah, I know it's my second time I said long legs. The film gets better the more I think about it, and I actually do want to review Long Legs this year at some point. And it's actually one of those slow burn films that actually is engaging because because I was just so invested in the narrative and the characters. They're still engaging. This entire movie was so engaging, especially with the plot and characters and the suspenseful moments. And despite people's concerns with the entire cast being teenagers, you should reconsider your skepticism about the cast because they performed really well. And they are actually quite mature instead of acting like those bratty, annoying teenagers in your average Gen Z movie. And I actually cared about them. I don't get how people criticize this film for its characters being quote unquote shallow. Yet I don't hear a lot of criticisms about the characters in the previous post Aliens films. I mean, I think this has the most memorable crew of characters since Aliens. Maybe even among the best, but I'll think about that. Having an all-teen cast in an Alien film is very unique. The two standouts in particular are, well, of course, as you can expect, Kaylee Spaney and Isabella Merced. Isabella proves that she really is rising in Hollywood, and this it feels like just the start of it all. But Kaylee Spaney's Rain Carradine is not only the MVP of the film, but my favorite character in the Alien franchise in general, even dethroning Ripley. Yeah, I know some people may see her as Ripley 2.0, but she's only similar to Ripley when it comes to just how much of a badass she is and how she fights aliens. Especially in a certain moment, like towards the end, which I will not spoil, but she has similar fighting skills and survival skills as Ripley. But as a character on her own, she actually feels a lot more of a personal character, and she is compelling in her own way instead of trying to copy the compellingness of Ripley. Kaylee Spaney truly is rising in the movie industry, and I cannot wait to see her Knives Out 3. Even already mentioned that earlier, whatever. The other characters, the three characters that I mentioned, David, Bjorn, and Navarro, all great characters. Although I don't have much to say about them. I know there are people who say that David is the best character in the film. Wait. David, wait. No, Andy, sorry. My bad. It's Andy, not David. Yeah, I mean, for all the times I previously called him David, it's actually Andy, yeah. I mean, I'm probably just thinking of David from Prometheus and Covenant, because I still can't stop thinking about the fact that Covenant ruined David's character. I'm still kind of pissed about that, honestly, even though I like Covenant. Yeah, I mean, Andy is one of the fan favorite characters, and I can see why, although I just think that people are just... Yeah, I don't know. Male bias. I don't want to say that, but I'm sorry. It feels kind of true at this point. People just love men, but it's really Kaylee Spaney who shines the most here. These characters not only have great chemistry, but they are actually challenged, especially with the fact that one of the characters, I won't say who, I won't give away any spoilers, but it obviously is one of the females. Yeah, one of the characters is pregnant. That pregnant character having to survive the attacks of the xenomorph and facehuggers, well, it is some nasty shit right there in a good way. Now, yes, about this being like nostalgia bait, nostalgia bait to the first two Alien films with all the nods and references, it actually does work in the context of the film, since this place took place in between Alien and Alien, so it would make a lot more sense for this film to reference Aliens in some ways. Yeah, this film does have a connection to both these films. Not only that, but the storyline does have a significant connection to Prometheus. But the Prometheus stuff, I'll say they do involve spoilers. So the only thing I'll say about that is it's connected to Prometheus, but I won't spoil anything else. Anything else? Okay, where was I? Yeah, the story is very simple, as it's basically a heist film in space, and it's essentially Don't Breathe. Imagine it like as if it's Don't Breathe in space. It's like that, but better and a lot more engaging. And the simplicity of the story, despite some saying that this movie does play itself safe, it does. I mean, I don't think it plays itself safe at all, especially with what I'm about to say. I'm about to say in a bit, but there's some other points I want to make. I'm going to say that the best part of this for last. And yeah, what else? Oh yeah, remember, okay, wait, my bad, yeah. Now, with the time period here, it's basically like the Rogue One of Alien, but I know Harry Thomas might say, like, what? It's like Rogue One? Okay, that's it. I'm no longer excited for his film. But I know Harry Thomas is like Rogue One, but trust me, this movie is better than Rogue One. I love Rogue One, but this is better. Imagine, you know how Rogue One took place closer to the events of A New Hope, despite being in between that film and Revenge of the Sith. Imagine in this film imagine if Rogue One took place closer to the events of Revenge of the Sith than A New Hope. Well, basically, yeah, that would be what this film felt like. And remember in my Alien Covenant review where I said that I doubt this film would be just as visually stunning as Prometheus and Covenant? Well, color me shocked because this movie is actually the most visually stunning Alien film ever. I take back saying what I said in my Alien Covenant review because I was wrong. How did they do that? The practical effects with the xenomorph and the whole CGI with the spaceships and just the beautiful landscapes, the cinematography capturing the eerie atmosphere. How did they do that? But now let's get into the best part of the movie. The scene in the film, the part of the film where basically a vast majority of the critics talk about the most out of all the scenes, and I'm sure general audiences would talk about that scene the most, like when they see it. There's gonna be a lot of discussion, like with this part, the final toy mask. I'm sure you guys heard from the early, even the critics who attended early screenings of this film about how bonkers and insane that final 20 minutes is. But trust me when I say, you guys are actually not ready for it. Yes, from what you heard, you know that the final 20 minutes will be bonkers. But what actually happens in the third act, oh dear lord, it is, wow, like insane, like bonkers. Now, the premise around that third act may be ridiculous to some people's taste. Yeah, it is. It may sound ridiculous, but it actually did something new to the franchise. So for those of you who complain, like about the first two acts being like the quote unquote same as Alien and Aliens, well, don't you worry because the third act will offer something you have never seen before in the franchise. It goes full on Fede Alvarez, like big time. Like Fede Alvarez really took a big swing with that final 20 minutes, and it is basically his signature style. And yeah, yes, the final battle goes full on horror, and it is weird, creepy, and grotesque, in pretty much some of the most unimaginable ways you can think of. That's a compliment, by the way. Yeah, I won't say anything else. I won't get into any other details, but I'll just say you guys are not ready for it. So yeah. So overall, Alien Romulus has everything you love about the first two films, plus Fede Alvarez's signature style of horror in the third act. In fact, this film actually does have a great three-act structure. So basically, the first act is like Alien. The second act has the action of Aliens, while the third act is a Fede Alvarez film. It goes full on Don't Breathe. And yeah, this movie actually made me want to rewatch Don't Breathe at some point. But I do have other movies in my watch list, so I won't be rewatching Don't Breathe right away. Fede Alvarez would now be in my list of the best horror directors. Like what I said earlier, this would be my second favorite Alien film, second only behind Aliens. It is also my second favorite horror film, 2024, second behind Abigail. Okay, I would say though, this is a better made film than Abigail, but I think Abigail just has more rewatch value, and I just enjoyed more. And I think Abigail does have better characters, especially with Melissa Barrera and Catherine Newton. Yeah, I'm more passionate towards Melissa and Catherine than Kaylee and Isabella. Yeah. And it is also my second favorite 20th Century Series movie of the year, second behind Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I know people say this is the best 20th Century Studios movie of the year, but to me it's still Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So yeah, so with that said, guys, I'm going to give Alien Romulus 5 stars out of 5. Masterpiece movie. Also, for the next Alien film, can we get one that actually is the true sequel to Alien 3, the true sequel to Aliens, and that actually undoes all the retconning? My personal idea for the next Alien film is basically the proper sequel to Alien, like the proper third installment in the Alien franchise, where Newton Hicks actually don't die. And the film would actually center around an older Nick. No, sorry, an older Hicks. What the fuck was I about to say? Nick Hicks. Yeah, the film is centered around Hicks being grown up, being an adult now. And yeah, yeah, basically, and also I would personally cast Michael Monroe to play Newt. Wait, yeah, sorry, not Hicks, Newt. Sorry, I meant to say Newt. Like I would love to see that film be about Newt grown up and grown up becoming a warrior, and I would like her to be played by Michael Monroe. The actress who played Newt retired from acting and became a teacher, so she can't reprise her role as yeah. So, anyways, yeah. What are your thoughts on Alien Romulus? If you have seen it, but if you have not seen Alien Romulus yet, did my review of the film encourage you to go see the film, or do you not believe me and think I'm just overhyping it? I'm sure you won't agree with me about the fact that I prefer this over Alien 1979, but it's just my personal opinion. Well, at least I still think Aliens is the best one, so at least I'm not being recency biased on this one. So yeah, comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my review on Coraline for its 15th anniversary. And no, I'm not gonna see Coraline in theaters because I'm not gonna see Coraline in theaters because it did not get a release in my country, but I would have if it did. But yes, I will still rewatch. I will rewatch Coraline at home and review it. Yeah, and review it. So yeah, bye guys.